Today we were talking about The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's next big film, which everyone is raving about. You know, you have to break an arm and a leg, $1,200 resale to watch the IMAX 70mm film in New York City. I mean, this is just crazy. I saw this, I was trying to get some tickets for me and my girlfriend so we could go watch the movie in IMAX like everyone else is telling us to. How did we get here? You know, how did a movie get so much hype to the point it's selling for $1,200 on eBay, resale value? I could have got tickets to the World Cup for the same amount. A few friends of mine had been sending tweets into the group chat, all this type of Odyssey content about how you have to watch an IMAX 70mm film. And I see this guy's tweet. The Odyssey is a movie where poor people literally see less. Now, if you zoom in here, basically the premise is IMAX, it has a taller screen, it's just a larger screen. It's still 70mm film. So you could theoretically watch The Odyssey in 70mm at any given movie theater in the world, but there's this entire promotion going on with IMAX specifically, opening up the size of the screen where apparently you're able to see more. So they're calling you poor if you can't watch IMAX. 25.9 million views on X get sent into my group chat. So I immediately click it and I think, what the hell is going on here? Archive X joined April 2026, connected via South Asia Android app. Okay, I mean, joined 4 months ago on X and already has a banger. It's more than me. I looked into his content, and since the beginning of this account's life, they've been posting about The Odyssey. They've been posting about Christopher Nolan. They've been posting about cinematic history related to Christopher Nolan. And I'm thinking, what the hell? You know, is this another clipping campaign? Is there something behind this? It reminds me of this article from a few months ago about Chaotic Good, which is now a famous music marketing agency. They were behind the band Geese, which propped up its lead singer Cameron Winter. And then it hit headlines that all the streams, all the attention that was garnered on social media was manipulated, faked. Anyway, Vulture was one of the first media outlets to write about this, and they come out with this article. The feed is fake. That viral song, movie, meme, influencer, and celebrity drama was probably the product of a stealth marketing campaign. Now, let me be clear, when I talk about clipping, I kind of use it as this umbrella term. Clipping is actually just the distributed campaign where you clip somebody's long-form content, whether it be a stream or a podcast, interview, movie, what have you, for 30 to 60-second clips. You do that, and then you pay these people worldwide. Usually, they come from countries outside of the US. It goes so much deeper than this. And this article opens up with a total banger. Joe Lim estimates that 90% of what you see on the internet is advertising in disguise. And he should know. For 3 years, Lim ran a company called Floodify, which at its peak operated 65,000 dummy accounts used to drum up attention on behalf of paying clients. On a typical day, he says, Floodify posted 50,000 videos across TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and X, all of them designed to pass for the unscripted output of ordinary users. Like Archive X, this guy is 100% a bot, spoiler alert. Returning to Chaotic Good, we saw that Vulture article kind of explain what they do, but these guys went up on a Billboard podcast and just told the world how it worked. You know, it's kind of an open secret at this point how it works, but I'm just gonna let them explain.
Okay, I've heard people talk about these kind of new age campaigns on TikTok and use a bunch of different ways to describe it. I've heard volume campaigns. I think y'all have said trend seeding before, where basically, can you describe exactly like what this means?
We use the term trend simulation, which I think is useful. Basically what we're doing like every day is sometimes artists get lucky, they post a song and it goes viral. And so what we're doing is going and looking and studying what actually happened. Like, you know, what were the inflection points? Who are the key people that picked it up? Like, who are important people in certain genres? Like, what are the niches? Why did this happen? And so then we have a song that isn't naturally going viral. We apply that to it. And so we say we're kind of simulating a trend. And part of that is also studying how the TikTok algorithm works, like what's important, how you want to pace out videos, all these kind of things. And so we can get into kind of the details there, but that's how we think about these song campaigns.
All right, you heard it from them. They call it trend simulation, which is, you know, in their words, taking inorganic content and making it look organic at scale. So, we come back to a profile like ArcovX, followed by Mark Andreessen on X, and it's literally the same thing, guys. The core thesis that I'm trying to communicate with you guys here, because I've always repeated this maxim of discovery, very organic and natural discovery is increasingly hard on the internet, on these social media platforms. And the reason is because it's becoming almost impossible to distinguish between organic traction, organic interest, fandom for trends, for brands, for celebrities, movies, songs, what have you. Impossible to distinguish from just commercial distribution. And we go back to the Vulture article, that's exactly what people are starting to wake up to. Most of what you see on the internet is an advertisement in disguise. I think people should really, really understand this so they cannot fool themselves. Anyway, I still think you should watch The Odyssey, maybe skip IMAX, who knows.